Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on the DAZN. Well, it was a night of big punches. Dalton Smith, nice and easy tonight.
Unbelievable. You know, he showed why he is going into those World Championship fights next. Because time and time again, how many knockout showreel performances have we seen from Dalton Smith now? You know, back to back. He had 9 months out the ring. He looked like he was fresh as anything. You know, and I'm excited. I'm excited about Dalton Smith because it feels like, you know, when they don't box, you know, when a fighter doesn't box for 6, 7, 8, 9 months, you kind of feel they lose that momentum, obviously. But he goes back in there and he reminds everyone why he's the man.
Yeah. I mean, there's 100 positives, but just this one angle that I'm thinking of, the Zapata win was brilliant. He hadn't boxed in a while, kind of hasn't really still boxed, if we're being honest. It was a bit of a walk in the park tonight, and he's going to head straight into a world title fight.
I would like to see him active. I would like to see him out April, May time, honestly.
So no waiting for the March the 1st winner.
I just think you could wait and wait and wait. Do you know what I mean? Anything could happen March 1st. Someone could get injured. I want to see Dalton Smith active, ideally. You know, but if the fight presents itself and it's there, maybe we wait and see. What, it's 4.5 weeks away, isn't it? Now, 5 weeks away, sorry. You know, so maybe wait and see what happens there and then go from there and make a decision. But he showed no ring rust. He was straight back in there. Tremendous performance. You know, look, I'm not saying Walid Usyk was at the level of Zapata, right? But no one expected Dalton Smith to go in there and do that. You know, and he said in the press conference, you have to deliver big performances because every week someone does something in boxing that takes the spotlight. But if he keeps getting wins like that, you know, time and time again, those knockouts, they'll be replayed over and over.
I know Eddie mentioned Azim to call him out in the States.
I said I was annoyed because who cares about Azim now? Do you know what I mean? Like, as in, he doesn't want to fight Dalton Smith. He's turned down the fight multiple times. And
Do you feel like 2025, at the turn of the year, it was kind of Dalton Smith and Azim had just been forgotten about?
Yeah, 100%. But I kind of feel sorry for Dalton Smith because it's like people ask him the question all the time. It's like, mate, I would fight him. I would have fought him anywhere. You know, like, it wasn't Dalton Smith who didn't want to fight. That's what people have got to remember. You know, so it is quite frustrating. But Dalton's on his own path and he's going to win a world title. Maybe it happens in 2 years. Maybe it never happens. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. In terms of Conor Walker, it was in this arena that Lee Wood done something kind of similar. I know not at the level, of course, of what, you know, the fight between Conor and Harry Scarf tonight. Just gave me kind of flashbacks. Losing pretty clearly as well. Pulled a shot straight out on the button.
Unbelievable. And I've said in every interview, you know, like with someone like Conor Walker, he's just a nice bloke, and you want to see nice people do well. And you know, when I got in the ring, he was like, "It's changed my life." You know, and when people who are nice do well, there's no better feeling. You know, and he's look, every time he fights, he brings entertainment. You see the crowd he had in there tonight. He's got the perfect mix to be involved in massive fights. So I'm so happy for him. You know, and yeah, what a finish! What a finish! Who saw that coming? Yeah. But that is why we love boxing, isn't it?
Yeah. I've done an interview with both Sam and Conor on the same camera, and Conor was kind of buzzing, emotional, and Sam, I'm not going to say it because I don't want this to get pulled off of YouTube, was using several expletives to say what he's going to do to the wallet of Frank Smith. So you're going to have to start paying Conor Walker quite heavily, I think.
Well, I haven't got a wallet, unfortunately.
Do you not?
No.
It's a card, man.
Yeah, just card, man. Just Apple Pay, mate. Apple Pay over it.
Amex, man.
Apple Pay over it. Now, look, Conor's going to put himself in big fights, you know, so he's going to get paid. And he deserves it because he delivers big performances.
Yeah. British title defence, or when you say big fights, do you mean, are we talking realities and international opponents, or dare we even say fringe world level?
I think opponents? When you fight the way he does, you put yourself in a position, and you sell tickets like he does, to get big fights. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got the perfect mix. He's entertaining to watch, and he's a ticket seller, and he's a character, and he talks. You know, he's got everything you need. So he puts himself in a position for big fights. Yeah. You know, like Crocker Donovan rematch, March 1st. He had a close fight, obviously, with Crocker. You know, there's big fights to be made. You know, big fights. And he probably needs a bit of time because he's been involved in some brutal fights. But, yeah, he set himself up brilliantly.
Yeah. Mate, you're right. He's a good bloke, so it's nice to see
him
do
exactly.
well. Ellie Scotney, did Miyamoto perhaps have a bit more to say in the press conference than she delivered with in the ring? Or is Ellie just genuinely
I think Ellie's very good.
Too good?
I think Ellie was very good. You know, I think we always thought Ellie was very good. Miyamoto, fair play to her. She came, she gave it her all. But Ellie's too good. You know, Ellie shows improvements every time. She looked great tonight. She was entertaining to watch. And I've said time and time again, I feel like she's coming out of her shell and got a lot of confidence now. She's done great things at 122 pounds, and I think now's the time to go to 126.
Do you know what I didn't expect? A Sky Nicholson call out.
Yeah, but look, that's a big fight.
Yes, that's a big
big fight. You know, a big fight. Sky fights March, and then after that, that's a massive fight to be made.
What else we got? Yeah, the undercard for Eubank Benn was announced just after we done our little bit of the press conference on Thursday. Obviously, you signed Liam Smith. Aaron McKenna, good fight. One that I think threw people a bit was, I don't know, just didn't expect the trilogy between Lyndon Arthur and Anthony Yarde.
It's a great fight. It's a great fight, yeah.
Didn't expect it.
No, I don't think anyone expected it. And that's sometimes great. You know, it sometimes shocks people, but a great fight. Liam Smith, Aaron McKenna's a brilliant fight. I think Vidal Riley, Chev Clark's a great fight. I think Chev Clark, you know, can bounce back from that Mosquera fight and show that he's still got a lot left to give the sport. CBS, Brandon Glanton as well, and obviously the big main event, Chris Eubank Jr., Conor Benn. We're finally going to see it, April 26, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Can't wait. What's the plans for Liam Smith beyond Aaron McKenna? Because I know you guys would have had a plan kind of in your head when signing Liam.
Yeah, look, we promote both Liam Smith and Aaron McKenna. I think it's going to be a great fight. I think it's a real fight. I think it's a tough fight. It's the kind of fight Liam needs to come back to, and it's the kind of fight Aaron would need. You know, the winner of that sets himself up, because when you look at the 160 division, it's quite sparse, really, in terms of names to get opportunities. So, you know, Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr., that fight's at 160. The winner of that fight could be interesting. You know, Aime Williams, another one who fights March 15th. He's another name in the middleweight division that's going to put himself in and around that position for big fights. So, it's going to be an interesting time.
Yeah, I was wondering if the signing of Liam kind of coincided with him going, do you know what, Eubank trilogy or Conor Benn. I know Conor's been quite vocal in saying, I think his actual words were, once I've dealt with Chris, I don't give a shit, I'll deal with Liam. So
yeah, but they're all massive fights, aren't they? And that over the next 12, 18 months is going to be exciting.
Yeah. What have you made of Eddie from stateside, and what has he made of you?
I don't know, he hasn't said anything. Normally,
running things over in the UK.
Normally, if he's unhappy, he takes the piss out of me.
Right.
But he hasn't taken the piss out of me, so maybe he just hasn't had time.
What do you reckon he'll rate your performance when you have a...
I don't know, what did you think of my performance?
I think it's been brilliant.
Yeah?
Good in front of the camera, confident at the press conference, looking hench.
Yeah, I mean...
Didn't do the 5K though.
No, I didn't. But I was open. I didn't lie, did I?
The boss is away.
I didn't lie. I didn't lie. Do you know what? I've always said this was never going to be my focus, was be the man in front of the camera, but sometimes you have to do it. It's a laugh, isn't it?
You enjoy it though? You must do.
Do I enjoy it? I don't...
Or do you kind of wake up and go, I love my job, but this is like an added...
No, but the difference is I have I'm not saying Eddie doesn't have a job. I have like paperwork and emails and files and things to go through, right? So like when I'm doing this, like when I'm doing 3 hours of media at the press conference, that for me is so frustrating in my head because I've got so much stuff to go and do.
Admin.
Yeah, whereas like he obviously doesn't do admin. Like he's so good at what he does, it's like let him do that. So when I do this stuff, it's not that I don't overly like it. I'm not like an egotistical person, so it's not I want to do it to be the man, but I also just like doing paperwork. Like I love being the boring, a bit like I'm like an accountant. I'm not saying accountants are boring, but I love that side of it as well. You know, I love putting on shows. So like I've got the perfect mix, I guess.
When was the last time Eddie done any paperwork?
No, he doesn't read much. He's got the attention. That's why he's got me. That's why we're the perfect pair.
Was you about to say he's got the attention span of something?
Yeah, I mean, he trusts me as well to just go and get on with it. Yeah. We've got a great team of people as well. We built a great team over the years, so it allows him to do what he's good at. You know, so many people in life want to be brilliant at everything, whereas sometimes it's good to just say, this is what my area of expertise is. You know, and he's selling and doing this. I can do it part-time, not as good, but you know.
I'll give you a 10 out of 10 for this week.
Cheers, mate.
Final one. We're going to see if you are the oracle. I know you always say, and you do make a point of saying, you know, I'm not one to break down fighters, etc. But Diego Pacheco, tonight, how does the fight go? I want a proper prediction, and we're going to see, because this will go out, I reckon, 8 a.m. UK time. So we're going to see if you're the oracle, if you're the crystal ball. What are we getting from
Diego Pacheco, knockout, round 9. Let's see. If I get it wrong, sorry.